Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be doing a ranking video. These always like stress me out a little bit. I'm going to be doing ranking my fall palettes. Now, these are just like my opinions of what my fall palettes are, and I'm probably forgetting some, to be honest. I'm sure there's several other palettes that I have downstairs that would fit the fall color story. These are the ones that just like jumped out at me when I was going through my palettes. So, you know, this is a fluid sort of situation. But I wanted to go ahead and we'll start at the bottom and work our way to the top. Now, some of these palettes, I would say the ones at the bottom, one I would say I regret buying, which if you've watched some of my more recent videos, you would know which one that is. But I'm also like not gonna get rid of it, right? I'm going to use it because it was expensive. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just get started. Okay. First up, we got this. This is the Nomad by Juvia's. This feels folly to me. I like the grungier sort of earth tones. I keep this for this shade and this shade only. Oh, that got chunky. But this shimmer right here, it's stunning. Oh my God. Yeah, it's the only reason I have the palette. I don't love the mattes. The only other shimmer is this dark one right next to that one. And it's a very rare occasion that I'm doing a super deep and sultry shimmer. Although maybe I should challenge myself to use it. I could pair it with this and that, and oh my God, it'd be beautiful. Okay, so yeah, these, dude, I do actually, now I'm like, does it have to be at the bottom? Okay, next up, I've got the Metropolis palette by Juvia's Place. No, I keep saying this. I filmed this segment a couple of times and I keep saying Juvia's Place. This is Natasha Denona. I did just mention in a couple of videos that I just don't love how repetitive this is. There's far too many of these like warm copper sort of shades. I would have liked more varieties. That's truly the only reason it's down here. There's some really beautiful shades. Some really beautiful shades. Oh dear, like these three. I have no idea what I'm doing with my swatches. Swatches, there they are. Those are really freaking pretty, you guys. So like, I'm not sad that I have it. I just, you know, maybe you didn't need to spend the money on it. I don't know, but I'm gonna use it. I should be using it. It should stay in my makeup bag forever until it's gone, as much as it cost. Okay, next up, we've got this from Juvia's Place. Why? Apparently everything is from Juvia's Place today. My brain hates me. Odin's Eye Stone and Rock palette. I have no idea if this is still available, but this is it. Here's the thing. I know that Odin's Eye is like a favorite brand among beauty YouTubers. So I am in the minority. But if they could just get their shimmer formula to be cohesive, to be the same, find the best one and stick with it. They change it so much and it is very annoying. I think. So that's why this is towards the bottom, because I don't know what I'm gonna get with the shimmers. And they also like have hard pan. Some of them have hard pan and have barely been used. So I just, but it's a nice little fall sort of color story. I mean, you know, we got this army green, so some of these like mushroomy browns. There's some beautiful things happening in here and I like it. I just want them to be more consistent with their shimmers. Is that too much to ask? Maybe. Next up, we've got Melt Gemini. This would have been closer to the top because I do love these mattes. These mattes are perfect. They're pigmented, blendable, beautiful. But the shimmers are trash. They're just garbage, absolute garbage. I don't know why. They're so bad, but they are so bad. So bad. So bad. I just hate them. But the mattes are absolutely incredible. So I do like it. That's why it's there. It would have been so much higher if the shimmers were better. But alas, they aren't. Okay, this one, it's a Naked Honey palette, you guys. I love this palette. And this one, I truly don't know where to put it because it could be at the top, but that feels excessive. I feel like I've got several palettes here in the middle where they could just be interchanged. So I'm not sure, but this is so pretty. I especially love like these 4 shades right here towards the end. They're so pretty. That is a gorgeous eye look, right? It's easy. This would be a super easy look. Maybe I'll film a reel with featuring this. I love like the sort of mustardy undertones. I think it's incredibly beautiful. This got a lot of hype when it came out, and for good reason. I truly think that Urban Decay, this was one of the last times that Urban Decay like really did something. No shade to Urban Decay, but I just haven't been super enthralled with their releases since then. Next up, we've got the Rust palette from Melt. This is beautiful. Again, with the mattes, Melt's matte formula is just, they do mattes very well. The only reason this isn't higher is because like these 2 shimmers, I'm not getting a lot of use out of, but this shimmer formula is way better than the Gemini. And to clarify, I have the original Gemini. I don't have the new one. Maybe the new one is reformulated and the shimmers are not terrible. But yeah, it just, you get these beautiful warm toned looks. You can also get really like dark and vampy looks. It's nice. It is very, very nice. Okay, Sigma Untamed. I don't even know if this is still available. And maybe this isn't, maybe you don't think of a fall palette when you look at this. It's truly like these, if you cover that up, that feels fall to me. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Yeah, that's a fall color story. They're so pretty. The mattes are beautiful. These shimmers I really like. I don't always like Sigma's shimmers, but the ones in here, I think they did a really, really good job with. So yeah, happy to use that any old time. Okay, next up we've got this Naughty palette from Huda Beauty. I love this color story and the formula is really, really nice. Mine has not had a lot of use, so I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have ranked it as high as I did, but I ranked it as high as it is because the color story is so pretty. Here's some swatches of some of the shimmers. They're just really, really beautiful, especially like this shade here is so pretty. And this all over the lid with like a brown matte. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to use this. I've pulled it out. I plan to film looks with these palettes and upload them to my shorts. So I don't know. If you're curious, I guess keep an eye on those. But yeah, there's some really beautiful shades here. There's a lot of fun stuff. I don't know. It's a neutral palette and I think it's really pretty. Okay, next up, Viseart. This is their dark mattes. Yeah, this is incredible. These mattes are so good. Some of the best mattes in the industry, hands down. And I see a fall color story for sure when I look at this. So usually I tend not to do all matte looks. So I'll use this and then pair it with some of my like shimmers or like singles or whatever. But I do really love this and I think this color story is fantastic. Okay, Natasha Denona Retro. We got the berry vampy fall vibes here. Honestly, Natasha Denona's formula is fantastic. I like that you have some lighter shimmers and deeper shimmers. You've got light mattes, deep mattes. It's great. Every look that I've done with this has been really pretty. Next up is the Natasha Denona Bronze Palette. I love this one, you guys. These shades here, like these two, are so pretty. I am a little sad because my Silk, she's dead. I dropped her and she shattered. So that is sad. But honestly, and I know, like, I'm looking at this and it's kind of reminiscent of the Metropolis palette in the sense that you've got some redundancy, but I don't know. I feel like these tones are just a little bit different and they work a little bit better for me, and that's why it's ranked where it's at. Okay, next up, Cozy Cabin. This is from Simply Posh. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It's fall to winter and I love it. Every look that I've done with this has been gorgeous. The mattes are formulated very well. They blend really nicely. I don't necessarily love the pastel shades, and I don't tend to get a lot of use out of those, but these deeper mattes and the shimmers, very gorgeous. So love that. It's a great, great formula. Okay, next up we've got Nomad Haunted Europe. I really enjoy this palette. I think that these mattes, the tones are really nice. The formula is fantastic. Nomad Shimmer formula hasn't always been my favorite, but I think these shimmers are actually pretty good. Here's some swatches. Yeah, I do like it. I've said before, like, my one real gripe with this is that we've got two gray shimmers. And actually, I'm gonna swatch them next to each other and see what the difference is. Okay, so there they are swatched next to each other. I mean, they are different, but ultimately, I wish that it would have just been one or the other. Same with the more like gold shades. I wish that we just had one or the other because they're so similar. But that aside, I think you've got so many options of things that you can do with this palette. You've got warm tones, cool tones, greens. It's a fabulous neutral with a twist palette, and I really enjoy that. Okay, then I have two palettes left, and I'm really struggling to figure out what goes where. But as it stands right now, sorry, I have to wipe some of these swatches off, man. It's crazy. What time is it? Oh, almost time to leave. As it stands right now, I'm gonna put this Adept Flying Fiddles palette second to last. It was first, now it's second to last. I don't know, but, and you might look at this and be like, that doesn't really scream fall to me, Molly, and maybe you're right, but I feel like you've got some berry mattes, we got a brown, we got a green, we've got some like golden tones, and I think there's just some really special shades. Like this multi-chrome here, that's so pretty. It's the shade Dahlia. Let me just swatch some more. Some of these shimmers I would say are maybe a little bit drier and they don't necessarily look as good as I would want them to. But oh my God, others are so, so pretty. Okay, so there are the swatches. I think this is such a pretty palette. I wish I was getting more use out of it. That multi-chrome alone is gorgeous. And I don't know, maybe this isn't necessarily a fall palette that I don't know that people would necessarily look at this and say, yeah, that's a fall palette, but I do. I definitely see more fall tones. When I just think of like vampy sort of looks, and this matte right here, oh my God, this paired with this, like those two together, get out of here. Absolutely gorgeous. The top fall palette for me is definitely going to be the Druid palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is it. I love the 9 pans. I love the color story. The shimmers are beautiful. We've got some special shades like this one and this one. This is like a green to red duochrome, and this is this like super sparkly, incredible shade. I actually have both of those on my lids today. I just adore this so much. These shades. I adore these shades, I think is what I was about to say. I like the difference between the mattes. I like that you can do like a green look or like a vampy red look, or, you know, I've got this shade here as my liner today. It just, you can use so many of these shades, like play so well together. It was a very well thought out color story, and it's such a fantastic palette. And also the price point is great. Here are some swatches of it. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. I don't know why I don't have more Fantasy Cosmetica palettes. I am wishing that I did, but I don't. So for now, I'm just going to love up on the Druid palette, and I always keep my eyes open for new Fantasy Cosmetica launches. Yeah. Anyway, that is it. Those are my favorite, my fall palettes ranked. I don't know. And like I said, it just is, this is subject to change. But as it stands right now, yeah, that's how I'm feeling about all of them. So as always, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe before you go, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.